All right, this is light activity, criminal facilitation by the City of Ontario. They're doing so at the OVITT Family Community Library where the fake sun rises and sets. So this is the entity engaging in the same maintenance of light activity, which is pursuant to federal stalking and furtherance of murder, with the U.S. military that is stalking right here by planes. So you already know the ongoing components regarding what the entity is doing. And this is the entity that did so, by the way, at 10 o'clock at night the other night, while the entity was stalking by helicopter. They're doing it during the day, being paid a paycheck. City Hall right here. This is the full engagement by the government that is financing the ability to engage in that. They're monitoring on my device. They're doing so while the entity is, and at the same time, and that's a demon that's stalking with noise. Mental illness is exhibited while they engage in it. And this is also relevant to what are the murderers that are gang stalking. Doing so with this indifference, which is speaking to psychopathic disorders. The entity is engaging in this also conspicuously while they're being documented. And this is the pacing behavior. So the entity is engaging in this. This is license 1624445. This is where the entity is maintaining the fake sun rise and set. Securitas is also gang stalking. And the entity is engaging in the same exact pattern of conduct. This is with the city that's going to be federally prosecuted. Okay, Pollyon is being prosecuted, Securitas is monitoring in the path, and the entity is maintaining what is the perimeter of light activity. That's not traffic, it's surveillance. And you already know that the crime scene follows me. So this is the entity that does so, the psychopaths that stalk with light, okay? This is P.O.C. This is the entity that's doing so with, this is a demon, and these are all demons that are engaged in that pattern of conduct together. They're mentally ill, and they're engaged in nothing other than psychopathic pacing. That's what they're engaged. They're pacing all around. He is maintaining it, and I took images of that. They're using the utility vehicles. This is the financing for terrorism is how it's going to be prosecuted. This is the P.O.C. All right. What you're looking at here on Sunday afternoon, the teenagers that were engaged in dancing, stalking under the fake sun. This is relevant positioning. They're staring at sprinklers. They're demons. They're psychotic. What you saw yesterday under the fake sun, that was not over Ontario. And the U.S. military are engaging what is using a ceremony. It's the exact same pattern of conduct while you have a whole bunch of teenagers dancing under the fake sun, engaging what is stalking in the path in the engineered environment, which they create with a method of peculiarized light, and they're staring at something else while they are stalking. That's what demons do. I'm not stalking. This is literally their mindset. I'm not stalking you because your back is to me. They're going to be committed with this evidence. This is the P.O.C. This is literally where the entity is stalking by helicopter. There's no pause. You're looking at the criminal activity. C-Max is light activity. All right, the entity is engaging in stalking right here with the Ontario Police Department, the law school that's being shut down, University of Laverne College of Law. The entity is engaging in what is surrounding the perimeter, and these are the mentally ill engaging in the pattern of conduct. And they are psychotic. They maintain ceremonies giving out certificates to join the cult of the U.S. Marines. They have dance rehearsals in front of me under the fake sun. They're maintaining the same exact criminal activity, opening and closing doors with regard to audible activity as hostile demons. Okay, this is anger and hostility by a stalker that's being discerned. That's a demon being discerned. That's what's going on. It's activity creation. This is the P.O.C. The entity is doing so at the OVITT Family Community Library, which you already know is nothing other than the pattern of conduct. So this is the analysis regarding what are the elements. You know what the elements are. How are they engaging in them? And this is the breakdown of that. This is the exact same conduct. United Airlines, Southwest Airlines, Amazon Prime Air, UPS, Alaska Airlines have no business flying over the City Hall and Senior Center where they're acting like they're focused on work. This is why the entity is being prosecuted, and this is the mentally ill population, and it is psychopathic. P.O.C. You're being prosecuted because the municipality is engaged in the conspiracy to murder. Pattern of conduct is underway. It is currently 8:41 a.m.